Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
Meep.
Not anybody to the show.
Meep.
Welcome
More.
to the goddamn Beat Sports Show on YouTube. Welcome. What up, fam? What up, boys?
You feeling okay?
Who, me?
Yeah, you've been on the show 2 weeks in a row. It's
I
weird.
know.
I know.
It's
Your
crazy.
own
What is
show.
going on?
I'll tell you what, though, after drinking that milk last week, I about threw the fuck up.
Yeah, that
You
was.
need some milk.
Thanks,
I almost
dude.
Feel
threw
like
up.
you could coach?
What?
Feel like you can coach a game after that?
No, I feel like I wanted to piss out of my butthole after that.
Oh, fun. That's going around here, apparently.
It was rough, but it was a great Royal Rumble weekend with Keith, who's not with us tonight.
He
is
died.
come Dress
And-
us with his daughter.
He's
He
no longer
died.
with us.
He's
No longer
still
with
down in Florida, in Tampa. He joined the circus that is
Could
the
not get
WWE.
Keith out of jail in St. Petersburg.
Yeah. We meant to write a Facebook
Yeah.
post about his demise, but we didn't get to.
I got way too stoned and I just forgot.
I did get way too stoned at the Rumble. It was a good time. Fun time. Good memories with Keith.
And I watched the
And
Rumble.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Did you
I
watch
did
the
too.
Rumble?
I did too.
I did, yeah. I was chatting the
Whoa,
whole time.
John! Shout out! Hey, John, did you start a
Disc
YouTube
golfing
channel?
with Soko.
He started that like 4 years ago. Put like 2 videos on, and never did anything with it.
Motherfucker, get out there and do some goddamn videos.
He's on his way to Colorado right now.
Oh, you want to bring me back some mushrooms, bud? Huh? John?
Big sports show, apparently. Big sports show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Anyways,
So big week. All the NFL head coaching jobs were filled, right? Notable non-hires: Mike Vrabel, Bill Belichick. We'll get into that. Rumble was a good time. The Rock did return this evening to WWE, seemingly to challenge Roman Reigns for WrestleMania.
yep. I
Announcement.
was wrong on both of my picks last week. So I
I think we're
just
off
am-
by one in the women's.
I am just I'm done guessing who's gonna win a game.
It was a lot of fun.
You know who actually ended up winning? That was, I think, the biggest surprise to all of us. It was for the women's Ronda Cincinnati.
Ronda Cincinnati. Shout out to Connor for being 21.
Truth, absolute truth. I'm about. What do you say?
That
Oh, God damn it.
Why?
I'm about 5
Rick, you're
hours
clicking
into
on
a
everything. We
14-hour
got
drive.
live StreamYard overlay. What are you clicking on?
Oh shit, my bad. Let me get rid of that.
whoa,
What happens? You give
where
Rick
did he-
permissions, he starts clicking on fucking buttons.
It's like a monkey.
Oh boy, 21st birthday, gonna get drunk with Dad.
Oh, yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah,
That's
that
always a
doesn't
good
sound
time.
fun at all. That doesn't sound great.
I never got drunk with my dad.
No.
Did anybody on the show successfully call both games last week?
I did.
Um,
you?
Yeah.
You picked the Chiefs?
yeah,
I called Chiefs
I
and
was.
Niners.
It's not who I was rooting for. I think I picked Baltimore. I can't recall.
You did. You and I,
I was a
both
lonely
did.
boy for the Chiefs.
Were you an
And you
island
all
boy?
doubted me.
Yep.
I got an attaboy. Thank you. I'll take your attaboy.
I'm an
I
island
will tell
boy.
Well, never mind. I'll save it for later. But the defense of theirs sure did look good. The Ravens' defense sure looked good, and a holding Patrick Mahomes to only 17 points, 0 of which occurred in the second half.
Rick's going to subtly jack off his new head coach without actually jacking off the new head coach. Rick's like, damn, that defensive coordinator, whoever he was, I don't know.
Who was that defense?
I don't know who was that guy. You know, he really could be
That
a
young
quality head coach.
Yeah. I mean, there's 8 new head coaches in the
There are.
league.
Who do
We
you think
know-
has the best season? We know who they all 8 are. Who do you think has the best season next year?
Harbaugh.
Of the
Well,
8,
Of the
Yeah.
Did the Eagles?
No, Sirianni's
switching?
still there.
Sirianni stayed.
Okay.
Yeah, like my gut tells me Harbaugh, but the only thing with that is like they are on just the absolute edge of a rebuild. You got your quarterback solved, although the jury's still kind of out on him. I think he's had a pretty disappointing past couple of seasons.
Are you talking about the
And then-
Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chargers.
I don't,
And
think,
then
I
you've
don't
got-
think the jury's out on Herbert though.
No, I'm
No.
just saying
No.
like expectations were maybe, after his rookie debut on like 5 minutes notice against Patrick Mahomes, he blew up, and I think maybe expectations were a little too high. He's still a great quarterback. But there's still a lot to be proven there. You've got
He's
Keenan Allen,
definitely
What?
Oh,
Dave?
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say-
Keep going.
you got Keenan Allen, who I love to death, but he's not getting any younger. You've got Mike Williams, who's middling at best and can never stay healthy, and Eckler, huge drop off this year, and he's not getting any younger.
Did you know that Harbaugh is bringing his strength and conditioning guy, and like head
Interesting.
trainer? So I only say that right because we've watched the Chargers be stricken with injuries time
year
and time again.
after year,
Year,
after
right?
year.
That's true.
So
And their defense is atrocious.
yes, yeah. Well, so Michigan only had one player out for the Rose Bowl, and it was a broken leg, and only had two players out for the national championship all year long.
Wow. That's crazy.
So I mean, if that coach can, or if that athletic trainer can fix some of those and solve some of those issues with the strength conditioning, I thought it was Harbaugh. I thought it was interesting. Did any of you guys watch Harbaugh's introductory presser?
No, I don't ever watch those. It's just I'll catch the clips, and I didn't see any clips out there. I do actually want to stick around on the Chargers for a second. I was gonna try to debunk Rick's point about them being on the precipice of a rebuild, but I'm super bullish. Is that the word on that?
I don't know.
Because-
How are you using the word?
They are $44 million over the cap.
Ooh.
Rolling into 24. They have
Wow.
56.82% of their total cap wrapped up in 4 players.
Herbert.
You see, that's kind of what
Nope.
I'm saying. Like
Herbert's not one of them, huh?
Allen,
Nope.
Allen's one of them for sure.
Khalil
Nick
Mack,
yeah, I was about to say Khalil Mack, maybe Nick
Joey
Bosa.
Bosa,
Oh,
Joey
yes,
Bosa,
Joey Bosa. Sorry.
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams.
Two of those I can justify.
I think
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a world where they are traded. They are trading Khalil Mack, they are trading Keenan Allen, and they are trading Mike Williams.
Hey, if they want to trade Mac back to the good old Chicago Bears, I'll take it.
No, I'm at this point, man. I'm
What?
I'm
The
ready.
dude had like 16 sacks last year. He had a good year.
Yeah,
many of
he's
those guys
getting a
are
little
gonna go-
long in the tooth.
16
those
sacks,
guys-
bro.
16 sacks is a lot of sacks. I don't know if you know. That's a lot of sacks.
That is a lot of
yeah.
sacks.
Jesus.
What's his salary
Him-
though? Because you got to trade the salary with it too. If no
We've
one
got
thinks he's
room
worth
in
the
the
salary,
cap.
he's gonna get cut.
$38.5 million cap hit.
Okay.
Let me do this. Spot Track is the site that I use. Baseball has a website called COTS
give-
Contracts
Don't
too.
give them
but-
your secrets. Just tell everyone you're a genius, and you're just.
So, yeah, I'm super smart. I know everything about the Los Angeles Chargers, the team that I didn't just almost call the San Diego Chargers. Because trades in the NFL are weird. I'm just going to choose somebody that.
I'm
has
just saying
zero
I'd pay.
cap.
I'd pay for 16 sacks.
So, if they traded Khalil Mack for, let's just say, a draft pick, they are saving $23.25 million on the cap. They still have a dead cap incurred hit of $15 million. So let's say, all right, I do that. Now we're only $20 million away on cap space. What happens if we release Mike Williams? Now we're only $773,000 over, and then you
Easy.
look at
So Jim
somebody
Harbaugh,
like-
how about your team in Chicago? Trade us Mac, and then cut Mike Williams,
So if they
What's
do,
Mac getting paid though?
if
$23 million.
they
Chicago.
trade Khalil Mack, cut Mike Williams, and then I just picked a guy, Corey Lindsley, is a 33-year-old center. Obviously, their line hasn't been very good, so but I cut him, and now they have $8 million in cap space. They'll need to release a few other players or work some other restructures. They only have a couple of guys that they can really do any kind of a base salary restructure where they turn the
That's right. Like, I feel like you're only lending credence to
no,
my
that,
point.
and that's what I'm. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. That's like I started out like looking it up because I was like, all right, like I think that they could turn it around pretty quick, but
They could though.
they could.
They
But I
could,
just
but
I
it's
Like let's
at
be
least
honest. here, like,
partially ripping off the shingles at the very least, if not,
Yeah.
tearing it all the way down to the studs.
but is
They have to
is-
take a step back. This
I mean,
year.
hold on. We're talking about you cut Khalil Mack and Mike Williams. Mike Williams, you don't miss anyways. He plays one
True.
every fucking 22 games. So Mike Williams,
Right.
you're not
He's-
going to miss him
Mike
at all.
Williams is a leap year receiver.
Mack, yes, you're
Yeah.
going to miss because he had 16 sacks. But I also think some of that was because Bosa was hurt most of the season, and they were playing from behind, so he got to pin his fucking ears back and just go.
But you don't
Yeah.
improve without him, though. You
What?
make room for. So you don't improve without him, though.
Well, but then you also
And you
still
have
have the
to-
draft coming up,
Right.
Yeah.
and I don't know where are they picking at NFL.
Aren't they in the
draft?
top 10?
I think they're around.
So if they were to
Like
draft like an
seven?
Odunze,
They're
or
5.
okay,
Oh, wow.
So this
So
is
they're
how I
getting-
see it probably working out is they end up drafting somebody like I don't think I think we see 3 wide receivers go bam bam bam, and I think it's MH, it's Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals, Neighbors to the Chargers, and then Odunze to the Giants. I don't think the Giants are going to do anything for a quarterback in the first round. I think that
it'd
they're
be
going.
really weird when fucking Chicago takes MH #1.
It's not happening, Blake. Just rip that Band-Aid off now,
I'm
bud.
just gonna speak it into existence.
So
We
like,
know Ryan Poles watches the show.
so there's an easy path for a rebuild, but there's also an easy path for like a quick rebuild. I think maybe Harbaugh has one bad year to start, maybe. And so then going back to the original question, okay, maybe it's the Seahawks. Maybe it's Mike McDonald.
Yeah, I mean,
They're the
I'd be
second
all right with
best
it.
team that needs a new head coach, right?
But you guys
Yeah, I
kind of
think
convinced
so.
me with Atlanta.
I was
Because
gonna
I don't
say,
think Seattle, too,
I
but
would
Atlanta
say
looks
if Atlanta can
crazy.
get themselves a quarterback like a Cousins,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly I think Atlanta's in a fucking wonderful
Steamroll.
position.
Yeah.
Let alone if
Who
they
took
were-
over as Atlanta's coach?
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know because he was a head coach before, right?
Yeah, for the Bucks.
And he wasn't that great, if I remember correctly.
He could never. This is the quote
don't put-
from a website. Is quote he could never put together the team as well as he wanted defensively, and didn't have a reliable quarterback.
Fair.
It seems kind of like a lateral move, though.
And he was the one that took over for Gruden once he was out.
Yeah.
You mean when they
True
pretty
that.
much tore that down to the studs down there in Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we can't really judge his.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
You know what?
I
Actually,
think
here it
that's-
is. I'm gonna rip it all up. You know who I think's gonna have the best season out of all the new head coaches?
who-
He's
Who?
not technically a new head coach. Sorta. Antonio Pierce.
depending
Okay.
upon what they do in the draft, yeah.
I love how he had that team playing.
Oh, 100%.
It's
And
just
the-
it's interesting how we're looking at all these teams and all these teams need a quarterback.
That's very true. Well, except
Seahawks
for
don't
the
necessarily
Chargers.
Chargers.
need
What?
a quarterback.
Yes, you do.
I mean, no. Like, could we stand to improve at quarterback? Yes, but we could get by with Geno for.
Let's
another
run through
year
the
or two.
teams.
He's
Let's
like a
run through the
Derek
teams,
Carr.
and you guys shout out. You tell me, need a quarterback or not? Chargers. No.
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 Yeah. Seahawks.
Yes.
I wouldn't use the word need. I'd say we could use a new quarterback, but I don't feel like we are just absolutely desperate for a quarterback. Atlanta
with
needs
you.
a quarterback more than we do.
I'm
I
with
think
you. there.
definitely we're good for one more year. Test the waters with it. I don't
Gino had
I don't
one
look
good
at
season,
Gino
all of a
and say
sudden
this
he's
is going to
bad.
be the guy for. Yeah, we had one great year with him after years of just being not a great quarterback, as far as we knew. I mean, he wasn't playing.
He wasn't terrible
I think-
last
I think-
year.
Was he in the
I
top
think he
half of the
deserves.
league?
I think he deserves one more year to see, like, what he is.
Right.
Just to throw this out there, he does have a $31.2 million cap hit, and you guys are $800,000 over the cap.
What would be the? I mean, I
So,
can't
yeah.
imagine we cut him.
Yes.
What are you getting if you cut him though? You're just taking another roll of the dice.
If you cut him, it's still 17 million in cap.
You can play
hit,
Drew Lock.
but
Cutting him for who though?
Drew
Let me
Lock-
ask this question. Hold on. Yeah. How much of an upgrade is Geno Smith worth $31 million more than Drew Lock right now?
I think so.
Yeah, I
No.
think so.
You said yes?
For
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not even trolling. I'm genuinely asking. Do you really think that Geno Smith is worth $31 million when I don't feel the team was that much better with Geno over Drew?
Where are
Yeah,
the
that's
one
Seahawks?
game. That's like one. What do you play? Like one game, and Drew Lock wasn't that great either. They won that game,
No.
but he looked like absolute shit for the first 3 quarters.
So I've got a mock draft pulled up because I like having Tankathon pulled up when we're even draft adjacent, so I can pull up the the draft order and stuff. So I'm seeing here on this going at 42 and 43, which are both second round, Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. I know it's Penix, but the Seahawks.
I like doing.
Big Pecker Penix.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
The
So, Rick, what do you-
Seahawks pick at 53, and so you would have to trade up. But I'm seeing somebody like Michael Pratt that could be had in the third, who's the Tulane quarterback and actually has some good reviews on him. But like, you could cut Geno, and you could be fine.
That's what
Yeah.
That's
I would be okay. Like if we drafted, I'd be okay with drafting Michael Penix.
mhm.
The only thing is we got to really shore up our O line. That's been a problem for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
We'll trade you Justin Fields.
Nah, I'm good.
So
You're going to pay fucking Geno Smith $31 million. You don't want Justin Fields?
Correct. I would rather have Geno Smith than Justin Fields.
You're fucking
Panthers.
delusional.
Panthers
Yeah.
don't need a quarterback.
No, they do
Biased
not.
because you're a Bears fan.
We don't know if the Panthers need a quarterback.
Well,
They
I
don't
mean,
need
they
a-
just got one.
Yeah, they definitely deserve one more year.
Even if they need a new
Yeah.
quarterback, they're not getting a quarterback.
No.
Well, I'll
Falcons.
reword it this way: for the asking price, I'm good on Justin Fields. Like for what y'all are probably going to ask for him, I'm good.
Oh, dude, what do you think they're gonna get for him?
What I think they're going to get for them and what I think the Bears would ask for him, I think are two totally different
Well,
things.
obviously, that's how every trade works.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Chicago.
True that.
But are you thinking a first? Are you thinking a second? Are you thinking?
I think y'all will.
Not a
I could
first.
see definitely not a. I could see a team out there possibly giving up a second.
Okay, is
Atlanta.
Justin Fields better than Sam Darnold?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Darnold
yeah.
got a second.
Darnold got a second and 2/4, I think.
Put it in
that's
perspective.
because the Carolina Panthers are
but-
stupid.
But that second, technically for value wise, was actually a third because it was a future second. And so when they use that like Jimmy Johnson trade chart or whatever it is, if you're trading a 2024 first, it's worth X amount. But if you're trading a 2025 first, it's equal to that draft slot in the second round. Like
Sure.
value.
I get you. Is he's still on his rookie contract, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that does have value in trade stock. Because
It-
if
That's
you're
true.
trading for someone who's, $30 million a year, then you don't want to give them as high as a trade, right? Because it
Right.
takes more of your cap stock. But if he's taking less of the money out of your budget, then I think you can it's worth more to you to trade higher. So I would say minimum second round for Fields.
Yeah,
You can't,
I'll buy that. I'll buy off on that.
So the cap hit for Fields in 2024 is going to be $6 million. That's a lot of savings. Just saying.
Sure is.
Antonio Pierce with the Raiders.
Yes, they need a quarterback.
Right, yeah.
Yes. Oh, they've got Jimmy Garoppolo and
Jimmy G.
Aiden O'Connell.
I said what I said.
Good stuff. Hey, would you rather have Justin Fields or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Justin Fields.
Yeah, okay, thank you. What did
Or
Jimmy Garoppolo get traded for?
crazy idea. What if there's like a UFL quarterback that emerges?
I don't see it.
Like,
Not to be
Probably.
a starter in the NFL.
I don't see it. Yeah, I mean, we had AJ go fucking off last year, and he signed a deal once Joey got hurt, but he never saw
Yeah.
any game time.
right.
Isn't it interesting though? He was out there
Cheeky.
for like an overtime coin toss as a captain.
Yeah.
That's
see
that
that?
respect.
That's pretty common though. You see a lot of backups go in.
In case they get into a fight over coin toss.
I have no idea. I don't know. Something cool to do.
All right, so, Brian Callahan with the
Your steps in.
Titans.
Needs a quarterback.
Do they?
Yeah, I fucking drank that coffee last week. They need a fucking quarterback. That dude's a fucking psychopath.
He's gonna die.
That dude is
That
a
mayo's
fucking
going
psychopath.
straight to his lungs. I don't think they do. It's the same thing with the Panthers. Levis
Yeah,
is
it's gotta
still
wait a
so
year.
young. You still have so much run left on that rookie contract that and he showed flashes. Plus Callahan, he's coming from Zach Taylor's offense. Like he's, worked with Burrow. He's worked with Chase. He's worked with
T. Higgins.
Higgins
Tyler
and Boyd and some of the T. Higgins. He's a free agent. Tyler Boyd, pretty sure he's a free agent. I'm just saying, I don't think they need a quarterback myself. Patriots, they definitely do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They probably need it. Well, I think between them and the Raiders, probably need it worse than anybody.
I think the
I think
Patriots need it
Patriots
worse
need
than
a quarterback
anybody.
more.
Falcons.
Well,
out.
maybe the Jets.
No, Aaron Rodgers. It was like,
Aaron Rodgers had a
last year.
shitty year his last year with Green Bay. And then he got hurt, and now
But
he's
they're not.
No, he
They're not.
Didn't he win the?
Or I guess
No, he didn't win the division. The Lions
Oh, the
eliminated him
Lions
from the
won the-
playoffs
that's
and
right,
got the
that's
Seahawks in.
That's right.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I think Aaron Rodgers is about done. I really do.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying I
I'm not
disagree
crying
with you,
for that.
but they're not going to go pursue another quarterback, or at least a high-profile
Not early.
quarterback, because they have Aaron Rodgers.
No, it's one of those things. They need a quarterback, and I don't think they know it yet.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen those Aaron Rodgers 2023 season recap videos that have been
Yeah.
out there? It's like 90% of it is like the hype of him like walking out the tunnel and like dapping dudes up and
Mhm.
and then it's one snap and his fucking ankle's gone.
That's messed up. I love like the meme videos where it's like it's shitting on like other teams like playoff run or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like here's the Cowboys like playoff run. Here's
And
the highlights.
Aaron
From
Rodgers
it's
run
Aaron
out.
Rodgers like
Like-
running out with the flag.
Yep. I saw that.
Moments before disaster. And then the last one is Dan Quinn at the Commanders, who's
They need
also
everything.
the last coach hired.
Yeah.
Doesn't that
So-
feel like
A poverty hire.
Is
Yeah.
the enemy still there? What
He
happened
is.
with
Not.
that?
Man, I tell you what, and I only briefly read into it because
Yeah.
I remember last year I was confused as to why he
Yep.
had not gotten a head coaching job. And
Well-
I forget like all the circumstances behind it, but
They were
apparently apparently this guy is kind of he must be like some type of a piece of shit. Like I know there was like some
Oh,
type
I
of
mean,
controversy.
he very much is. He very much is. If you look into his like personal life stuff, he's like a huge piece
Oh,
of
is he?
shit. Yeah.
welcome to the
Oh,
NFL?
okay.
I was gonna say it's
Right.
it's the NFL. Like almost all of those dudes are fucking pieces of shit. I would not be surprised if on one of my wife's true crime shows I hear one day that an NFL player was a secret serial killer.
Yeah.
I
There
always
was some
thought-
type of controversy, but he must be a shitty locker room guy or something.
I just always thought him taking the job in Washington was like a sign of, okay, when Ron Rivera's out, you are our guy.
Well,
Yeah, that's exactly what I
that's
thought too.
What I was thinking, like
Because why would you leave Andy Reid in Kansas City to go
And
to,
it
I mean,
was technically a lateral move too.
Mhm.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
He went from OC
thought-
job to OC job, which you don't see happen too
Correct.
often. But then
Sure,
he
I
also
thought-
got the
admittedly worse
assistant
team.
head coach title too.
Right, that's true. But yeah, and I was the exact same way. I thought once he became the offensive coordinator there in Washington, I thought that all but sealed him as the heir apparent to old
Yep.
Riverboat Ron.
Yeah. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people
You think
did.
there's-
So it's surprising to see Quinn there.
Got to just be some shit behind closed doors that they just like they know about. They're just keeping it hush hush, and they're not moving forward with it. It's weird, 'cause
Guys
I
are
remember
made-
watching.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, I remember like every time Washington was like, I don't know, they had like one or two primetime games this year, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, and we all know Eric Bieniemy is going to be head coach of one of these teams next year, blah blah blah, and then when all these hires came around, like no one talked about it.
just like to
Yep.
point out that one of those primetime games, they got their fucking doors waxed by your Chicago Bears.
Nobody gives a shit about Chicago Bears.
Incorrect.
Not to interrupt, guys,
I
but we
do.
do have to. We have to take a quick break for a word from our imaginary sponsor.
Listen up, bitch. This weekend only at Boomer Chevrolet. Embrace the brown with 28% APR financing for 96 months on all 24 Corvettes. Or buy a certified heavily used 03 Nissan Altima with slipping CVT for only $999.98. So bring your trade, bring your title, bring your checkbook, and bring your ass. Because our finance manager is going to resize your anus by 2 whole inches. Listen up, bitch. This weekend only. Just like your marriage, these deals will not last. Only at Boomer Chevrolet at 696 9698 West Finance Boulevard in Browntown or at boomerchevrolet.com.
Thank you
Wow,
to
that
Haas over there at
heavily,
Boomer
so
glad
Chevrolet
we
in
got-
Browntown.
And so glad we have
2-inch
sponsors.
hole expansion is man. It's you got to use our code BAM1 to get the extra
Damn 2
inch.
for the 2 inches.
Yep, Bam one. Also, I don't know if you saw the fine print there, but the Haas discount available for anybody with a credit score of 380 or higher.
Oh
on
man, I'm
approval
almost
only,
there. I'm almost
with
there.
a standard APR rate of 46% applicable to the Haas discount.
Fine. That's fine. You got this.
All right, back to football.
We appreciate our sponsors as always, guys. We
I mean,
appreciate
he's just a generous.
it. What a
fellow.
life we live.
Great voice on that commercial too.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't wait for that sponsorship money.
So, do you guys remember? You've seen Step Brothers, right?
Yes.
Of course.
The classic. You remember the scene where they're interviewing? They got the tuxedos on, and
Yep.
he fucking rips
Hello,
the
Miss
camera.
Lady.
Maybe that's just Eric Bieniemy, like in real life. Like
These are my
he
buggers.
just shows
Maybe.
up. He's like, "I'm
Old
ready to
ladies,
fucking party."
bear traps. Yeah.
It just smells like ketchup and onion.
What's weird is he hasn't gotten an OT job. Like
got a
no
what?
OT job at all.
Maybe he's just like a cuck, and he just likes watching another man
What?
get his job.
Jesus Christ! How did we get there?
That's too funny.
Pat
Yeah, I don't
McAfee
know. But all
talked
joking
to
aside,
Taylor about y'all.
I don't understand it. I'm not sure what's going on. There's obviously something that is preventing him from getting an OC job. He's been a hot topic and a big name pretty much every year for the past like 4 or 5 years.
I think that maybe he's just a dude that knows his fucking spot in the NFL. Like, there's nothing wrong with being just an offensive coordinator.
But
or
he's not
just-
right now, is he?
Yeah, he's still, as of right now, the offensive coordinator for Washington.
No, because they hired a head coach, so those contracts get voided. So
Not
currently, he does
necessarily.
not have a contract.
Not necessarily. They can be, but they aren't necessarily voided.
I thought
They have
it was.
to still be fired.
I thought they were voided if the head coach left because that's what happened to Shane Waldron.
Yeah, no. On his wiki, he's still the assistant head coach, and he's still the offensive coordinator.
Well, that's very official source there. I like it.
Do you want me to?
I think
look
that's
it
a
up
GM
on-
decision.
I'm just
Yeah, no,
I
it is. It is. It's 100% a GM decision. The coach gets to bring in, the OC of his choice, but the actual hiring is done and
Yeah, the
firing
GM.
is done by the general manager.
Do you think there's any shot he stays there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, they just hired Dan Quinn, so he could be on the way out.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Did
tough.
you guys?
I mean,
Do you guys still need an OC?
yeah, we do.
There you go. Eric Bieniemy
do.
might be fucking.
No. They interviewed Luke Getsy.
Oh,
A
that's
lot
right.
of a lot of people have.
Did we really?
You guys are hiring Luke Getsy, yeah.
They're not.
You were wrong
hiring
about
Luke
the last
Getsy.
one. You'll be wrong about this one too.
You better pray I'm wrong.
It doesn't. Yeah, cool. You'll troll me just like you do
Honest,
Keith, and then I'll
dude,
troll you back. It's fine.
honestly, Luke
Love you,
Getsy
buddy.
might be he might be a good OC. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I know. Listen, sometimes people get better at their jobs.
That's not true. No.
Sometimes they do.
At what point did that third quarter, when they decided not to pass the ball at any point in that fucking quarter, what quarter was worse than that in the entire season?
I'm just saying, maybe he learned something from it. Maybe he just was trying something new. 2024.
Actually, I think
Not-
I don't remember the guy's name, but I think we also interviewed the guy that was I don't remember his exact title, but he was more or less like the assistant offensive coordinator for the Lions.
There's
So we
also
just
looking at a
Ben
Oh,
Johnson's
sorry.
staying in Detroit. That's interesting too. And Aaron
I
Glenn.
love that.
Yeah, that's
For a
awesome.
fact that he is staying there because he knows Dan Campbell's going to get him to the promised land.
Running
Yeah.
back, baby. Running
Yeah,
back.
well, then I also read that what scared all the teams interviewing off of him was he was asking for
a lot of money,
an
right?
exorbitant contract, like a lot of money.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But that-
do you blame him? He'd be like, look at
No,
what I
not at all.
did to Jared Goff
Yeah.
in Detroit. You're gonna fucking pay me.
But that's also a way of saying, hey, I don't want to leave if I was,
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm going to
was
leave,
gonna
you better
leave, it'd be
make
for stupid
make it
money.
worth it for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just
Also-
looking this up real quick. There's a few, there's Ryan Grubb, the ex UW offensive coordinator, is under consideration.
Yeah, he's also
That's good.
Alabama former guy, whatever.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm seeing here on.
I have to, Blake. I have to believe that Luke Getsy can turn it around and become a very good offensive coordinator, because we just hired Shane Waldron, who got let go from the Seahawks, and I know some Seahawks fans were not happy with his play calling. So you have to go,
Yeah.
okay, well, I hope this guy is better than what he was there.
My only look and point to is Shane Waldron is look what he did for Geno Smith.
That's true.
The Bears have very quickly built a incredible coaching backbone for quarterback development.
Yes, they have.
The guys that the guys that they have gotten have been hot ticket items, specifically sought after, and I think it telegraphs that like they're going with Caleb at 1. But like again, Shane Waldron was just there. He did a good job for 1 year with Geno, but then what happened last year?
Fair.
You know.
They ran out of bubble gum.
Oh yeah, the steel jaw of Pete Carmichael. Carmichael? Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, yeah, that's true. Watch us bring him
Carmichael
back
was,
as our offensive coordinator.
Oh my God, that'd be wild.
He's just like your guys' like hype man, official hype man.
Yeah.
All right, Pete.
I'd
So
be
we're
okay
gonna
with
have you
that.
over here, chomp on some gum, come in, throw
That's
some
like,
grill, get the scene
Ichiro
right.
for the Mariners. Ichiro's been like on the Mariners staff for years, and he just does like stupid jobs. Like he was the bullpen catcher for like 2 years.
I love
Like, he was
Ichiro. He's my favorite ball player.
Yeah, he was pretty awesome.
I think he might actually go down in history for me as like on my Mount Rushmore of baseball players, just because if you combine his NPB numbers and his MLB numbers, like his whole career, dude's unbeatable.
So take it back to that original question we asked. Which new head coach, do you think will actually have the best, maybe not best season, but biggest turnaround? Is that fair to
Like
say?
in year one?
In year
Yeah.
1,
Is that fair to say though? Because like you win 6 games with the Patriots and you win 100% more games than they won this season. Same thing with the
Matt
Yeah.
Eberflus, baby.
I gotta go with Ryan convinced me with 2 weeks ago with Atlanta. I just feel like they got so much going in the right direction.
They really do.
I think it's
They
really hard
have-
to screw that up. I mean, I know they need a quarterback.
I think that's a
But-
big part of it though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I see offensive like the 49ers, who I know Purdy's a good quarterback, but they were killing it with Garoppolo too. If you have a good offensive system and the tools around, you don't have to have an elite quarterback, and it's really hard to do. I know it's damn near impossible. It's way easier to roll the dice and get that Stroud, in the
Yeah.
draft.
Mhm.
Also, not to backtrack a little bit, but did you know that apparently Bill Belichick was very, very strongly in the running for the head coaching job in Washington, but they ended up going to Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Anyway,
Even though they publicly came out and said they were not interested in Bill Belichick.
right? Yeah, allegedly, he was a, almost a shoe-in, but then they ended up going to Dan Quinn instead.
I'm going with Harbaugh. I think that team is primed and ready to win. Obviously, they've got cap issues, but if Harbaugh's staff can get that team healthy and trending in the right direction, they have a lot of those key places already in place. I mean,
They don't have
Yeah.
those medical
we're
guys
talking
that
Mike Williams
punch
here,
your
guys.
luck.
Like you can draft one of those big 3 wide receivers. Yeah, like think
Or
if Marvin
hell-
Harrison Jr. is available at 5.
Or hell, get Quentin Johnston's head out of his ass.
There's another big
know.
piece of it too.
I'm doing a little research while we're still talking because you were making a cool point, Danny, that I wanted it to expand on.
Sweet.
With the system, having a good system in place, like how Purdy and Jimmy were all doing well in that system, and I do think that you have to have like a superstar quarterback. I don't think a system quarterback can win a Super Bowl, and I went and I'm looking back right now at the past like 10 years of winners. So you've got Flacco in 2013 with the Ravens. Flacco is Flacco. Flacco is a pretty damn good quarterback his whole career. You know what
Even
I mean?
at 47.
Seahawks, your quarterback then was
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
But even then,
Okay.
you'd argue that he's a system quarterback at the time.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I get
Oh,
it, but
damn.
it was
I just realized the score of that game. I forgot.
It was
How
crazy,
lopsided it was.
No, I mean, that was-
43-8. God damn.
yeah, it was nuts. But if you remember that stride, Wilson was definitely, I think, better than people thought he was at the time.
Right.
But I mean, it was a very, the best defense in football at the time, and it was a run first offense with Marshawn Lynch.
Yep. Marshawn
You're
Lynch and the Legion of Boom on defense.
13-3 that season. Yeah.
Yep.
Who's other names on the list? Brady, Mahomes.
But yeah, then you got the Patriots in 15, Brady. You've got the Broncos in 16, Peyton. You've got
that year Peyton Manning won, he was shit.
But
Yeah,
he's
Brock
still,
Osweiler to kind of carry them to the playoffs.
He's still though Peyton Manning, and he's
Not
still,
that year. That was a huge defense team.
It
and
was no, yeah, it definitely was a
And that was
very
by far his-
defensive team.
It's probably the worst year he ever played football too.
Well, yeah, he was like 50,
Mhm.
and his
Imagine playing
neck.
just
He
like
could do
forever.
this with his neck. Ready?
Yeah.
That's about how he could do with his
Yeah.
neck. Just about that.
But what
No,
I'm
but-
saying that he wasn't like a Pat Mahomes at the time. Like the year before that, he was
Right.
the
So
MVP.
I'm getting into it more in the not so much of like the superstar, quarterback, like the best dude on the field kind of thing, but the fact that like I'm thinking about the superstar quarterbacks that are known for being able to elevate a team, and usually it's with their play, but sometimes it's just
Cold-blooded.
with leadership, or it's with
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
with their clutchness, and I'm looking at that clutch gene, and I make fun of people talking
Right.
about clutch in baseball, but it's a real thing. Like there are people that rise to that moment. You know what I mean?
Pat
And
Mahomes right now in the playoffs.
exactly. He's a fucking superstar. But like you don't
You know who is
you
not?
don't worry in the fourth quarter, even if you're down like 10, when you've got one of these quarterbacks, because you know that they are capable of at least engineering and performing a drive down the field to score and all that.
But do you know
Yeah,
who's
I mean,
not on
look
that
at
list?
Nick Foles.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
one
not a
outlier here. That's the
Yeah.
one outlier is the Eagles. That's a total system win there. But then
Don't
got
you
the
hate on Big
Patriots.
Dick Nick?
Hey, listen.
They built a statue for my man.
That's fucking wild to me. Pittsburgh or Philly, they're on a whole nother
Wild
planet.
boys.
So then Patriots, Kansas City, Tampa Bay. So you got,
Brady,
Brady, Mahomes, Brady.
Mahomes, Brady, Stafford. I don't think you can
Stafford,
call
yeah.
Stafford's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Stafford's always been a good quarterback.
And then Mahomes. Don't even disagree. Matt Stafford
I-
has some of the
I-
best numbers in league history.
Because we've been playing for
Oh,
75
man.
years.
Well, yeah, but still, he's got the good numbers. That's why Emmitt Smith had so long. He had a super long career. That's why he had so many good numbers. Longevity. Are you dying?
Not yet.
Yep.
Almost.
Time to recharge that base.
Yeah, but no, I think for me, with the question of which of these head coaches has the best year in year one, it's tough. I think I lean. It's tough. I teeter back and forth between L.A. and Atlanta, but I like the pieces. It's crazy. If you put Jim Harbaugh in Atlanta, I think it's Atlanta by country mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By I don't give a shit what the situation is in LA. I like the situation slightly better in Atlanta, but I like Jim Harbaugh better than I do Raheem Morris. I really, really like the pieces. They're not anywhere near as cap stricken as the Chargers, if I'm not mistaken.
Looking
No,
at
they
that
only get like 50 million cap.
Because
Falcons?
they have a lot of players on rookie contracts there. A lot of their starters.
Right now. Give me just a sec.
So
Yeah, they have 30 million in cap space.
Oh,
yeah,
30?
I think
was like 50
I
million.
think I lean Atlanta here by a nose hair, but I think I lean
I'm gonna
Atlanta.
say 50 million. Go get Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
Well, they could go get Kirk Cousins.
They could.
that would be
30?
interesting.
I think that they try to keep Cousins in Minnesota. They love him there.
Yeah, well, and he likes it there. He said he wants
Yeah.
to stay there. He wants to say he wants to retire there. But I'm just saying, if you're Atlanta and you got the cap
could.
space, and everyone says you're a quarterback away, what if they throw big money at Baker?
I think the same thing with Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is going to give him a stupid contract.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like 40 million. But I mean, he earned it. He played well this year. I know the team overall didn't have a great season, but
They made it to the
He-
playoffs, didn't they?
right, yeah,
Yeah,
and
they
they played
We had a
pretty damn well. They played a lot better
Yeah,
against
and-
Detroit than I thought they would have.
Yeah.
beat the.
Tampa Bay
NFC
also does
championship.
have $38 million in cap space next year.
I think Baker
No.
played himself into like a Geno deal, like
Yeah,
3 years, whatever that deal was. But I could see Baker playing himself. into that.
I think I lean Atlanta here just because they have the cap space. They've already got a pretty solid roster outside of quarterback. Their defense is actually even pretty decent.
You guys
So-
want to hear
Yeah.
some cool shit?
I'd love to.
All right. So, Commanders, new coach, right? Titans, new coach. Patriots, new coach. All right. Those
Seahawks.
three are the top three in cap space. So, talk about walking into a good situation. The
Yep.
Patriots are third with 70 million in cap space. The Titans are second with 73. Almost 74, 73.9 million in cap space. And
Jesus.
the Commanders are first with a whole $10 million more.
I think-
83.5.
But discussing that, I think Mayo's got an advantage there because he was in New England last year, so he already knows those guys, too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Well,
he's got a lot of flexible spending, and he already knows the current roster, so he's going to know who he wants on the team, doesn't want on the team.
Right.
Like he's not going to have that extended delay like maybe some of the other coaches will because they got to meet the guys, learn about them, etc.
So I think that you're going to have to overpay to get players on at least two of those three teams. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're looking at, okay, Commanders, they hired Dan Quinn. He's a guy that's got experience. He's been to the Super Bowl. Let's not talk about the end of the Super Bowl, but he's been there. And he put a good lead up at one point. The Titans.
But they were
rookie
not
head-
the same team when he lost Kyle Shanahan.
Huh?
When he lost Kyle Shanahan as his offensive coordinator,
Right.
Will Levis drinks the Patriots head coach for breakfast.
Yeah,
it was
Mayo.
disgusting.
Gross.
Awesome. Don't bring that up.
Mayo. But the Titans, yeah, they've got $73.9 million in cap space, but they have a rookie head coach, and they have an owner who is notoriously way too hands-on and also stupid. And then you've got the Patriots, and it's like a whole new fucking world out there now. No more Bill Belichick, no more
Brady.
Brady. Kraft is out there getting rubbing tugs.
Disc Golf from Masoko says
Allegedly.
as long as Bichon,
Bichon.
Robinson has a good sophomore gear and doesn't fall into that sophomore slump. So yeah, as
I
long
think
as
he
Bichon
may-
With your
Robinson-
feet.
I know what he was trying to say.
Jesus.
He's
John.
driving. He's
I know what he
driving
was trying to say. I'm just
and
messing with him.
jerking it.
Yeah, I think Bijan will be
I got a
fine
question
in
for you guys.
Atlanta.
So we're talking about who's like gonna have the best season of the 8. Who's gonna have the worst and possibly like a first year firing?
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
I think who
I kind of think Tennessee's gonna have.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think either him or the guy.
You want me to
down
run
in
through the
Tennessee.
guys
Who are we
again?
Carolina Panthers. Whoever they just fucking hired. Let's be honest.
Dave
They
Canales.
just fired a first-year head coach.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's probably going to be Canales or Callahan in Tennessee, and that's because ownership for both of those teams are way too fucking hands-on.
Well, I think that entire Carolina Panthers organization is a dumpster fire. Soko took the mustard running back and turned him into a designer dog breed.
Oh God, that's good. That got me good. So do we need to talk about it? The Super
that?
Bowl?
Well, we got
Let's
next
do
week's
it.
show.
Yeah, I guess we do. Yeah.
You talk about the
just
Pro
got
Bowl.
That's true. We could talk
Hey!
about the Pro Bowl.
The
And
Pro
with that-
Bowl.
The NHL's
It
having their
exists.
All-Star weekend too.
Oh,
That's
wow.
true.
You guys want to talk about LeBron James rumors?
No, I do not.
No,
There's a rumor that he's going to get traded. That's it. That's
there's
it.
a rumor that
To
I
the
don't care.
Monstars.
Yeah, man. Our did you see the commercial from our newest sponsor? I think we do need another sponsorship break, Rick. If you want to cue that one up for Austin, so you can see this our newest sponsor to the show.
Yep, here's a word once again from our imaginary sponsor.
Listen up, bitch. This weekend only at Boomer Chevrolet. Embrace the brown with 28% APR financing for 96 months on all 24 Corvettes. Or buy a certified heavily used 03 Nissan Altima with slipping CVT for only $999.98. So bring your trade, bring your title, bring your checkbook, and bring your ass. Because our finance manager is going to resize your anus by 2 whole inches. Listen up, bitch. This weekend only. Just like your marriage, these deals will not last. Only at Boomer Chevrolet at 696 9698 West Finance Boulevard in Browntown. Or at boomerchevrolet.com.
Thanks again to Haas. Embrace
Brown
the brown.
Embrace the boomer,
Browntown's a
baby.
great.
No. Embrace the brown is a line that was said in that. And that is, if we ever do get a
Cancel
shirt,
cultured.
Yep, embrace the brown.
embrace the brown.
What do you mean if we ever get a shirt? We do have a shirt.
Yeah, we do.
That should be your the
I mean,
Steven
like
Cleaver.
a new
Steve-
shirt.
Can't talk. The Cleveland
Embrace the
Steamers
brown with the
on
BAM
it.
Sports Show.
We're getting canceled for sure.
For sure. So do we want to talk Pro Bowl?
Yeah, but don't play that video because it's a recap video.
I mean, but some of it already happened. So yeah, I'm going to play it.
It's time for the BAM Sports Show NFL Pro Bowl recap.
So what happens?
I'm sorry,
You
it was
break
just-
fucking buttons to play.
It was too cool not to play.
It's
Too cool
cool.
not to play.
It's a cool one.
Did anyone watch any of the skills shit?
Apparently, they
Kelsey-
already started.
Yeah, Thursday
Yeah.
was the skills.
You see Kelsey's long snap?
Huh?
Yeah, those were fun.
Oh, he had he had a minute to do a long snap in the hole. Granted, he's going for the 5-point hole, which is the smallest, but he threw
He got
he
one.
snapped
Did he?
it 25 times, I think, and then got one.
Nice.
I watched some of dodgeball.
One more than I could get.
Who won in dodgeball?
After the first day, NFC takes the lead in skills competitions.
Fuck yeah,
Wow.
baby.
Yeah.
I think we're all pulling.
So
for
Thursday, the precision passing event. It's like the NFC won behind a strong game performance by Baker Mayfield, who beat C.J. Stroud in the
the
final
Bake
round.
Show, baby.
Yes, sir.
Well,
And the dodgeball ended up in a draw.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In the dodgeball and draw. What bullshit.
Duck,
I hope it was
dodge.
because it's sterile and I like the way
I
it
like-
tastes.
I think they should have used wrenches.
They should.
Yeah.
They should.
If you
If you
I-
dodge
if
a
you
wrench,
can.
dodge a ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, I got better runs in my shorts.
fucking Chuck Norris.
Run to Cincinnati.
Run to Cincinnati. Oh man, we're gonna have to retire Ron to Cincinnati already because the mastermind has
Nah, he'll have a job.
been
next
forced out.
Year. I think he'll get a job next year.
It's a bold
Watch him-
strategy, Cotton.
Watch him somehow land a
ESPN
job
8.
at the Bengals.
Ocho. Holy shit. Actually, did you see what Tom Brady did?
Yeah, he was at some speaking event or whatever and just chucks the ball.
No, he signed a deal.
Oh yeah, and he's
He is
actually
He's an announcer now.
He's
he's
an
going to be
announcer.
commentating on the UFL games, I think.
Is he?
On the
Oh shit, I
UFL
didn't see
games?
that. That's awesome.
Whoa.
But NFL as well.
Yeah,
because
he's
it's
doing-
with Fox.
with Fox.
It's a
We knew that.
10-year, $325 million
Not a
deal
new
or something
deal,
like
though. That
that.
shit came out last
Crazy.
year.
And Greg Olson got fired to make room for him.
Greg
That's so
Olson did get
stupid.
fired.
That's so stupid. I like Greg Olson.
Greg, come on the show, buddy. We'll
Greg, come to the Bears and be our tight end coach.
There we go. This
Yep,
week you can
just
lace
looking
them
at
up.
this,
I mean, we lace up fucking Tony, and we can lace up Greg
Let's see
Olson.
here. Where is it?
I'm really curious how you'd actually do as an announcer.
Who, Tom?
It says
Yeah.
to
He's going to be
establish.
the greatest announcer in the world. We all know that because he's just a dude that just does stuff and he's the best at it forever.
And you can see.
We all
shit
know
from
one of those
yeah.
guys.
So this
Is
is
he kind
actually
of-
from. Oh, sorry.
Well, I just thought he was kind of an odd personality, though. You know, I'm just kind of curious, like how he's going to.
As long as it's Tampa Tom, I think we'll be just fine.
I think Tampa Tom's really the real Tom.
What if
Tom
the
Brady, when he went to Florida, he had one of those like fucking midlife like white woman crisis like reawakenings down there, and he found out who he really was.
He was
What if-
so much fun.
What if Tom just gets fucking like the first game? He just fucking gets shit faced live on the air. He's just like,
With his
"Fuck
fucking
you,
avocado
fuck
tequila
you,
or
America,
whatever.
fuck you, football. I'm out. Goodbye." Throws his fucking head.
So this is actually from Sports Illustrated. It says the quest to establish Brady, the legendary New England Patriots quarterback, as Fox Sports' lead NFL commentator is fully underway. Brady recently revealed he's already engaged in really dry ones with broadcast partner to be Kevin Burkhardt as he prepares to embrace upon the first year of a $375 million contract. Some are perplexed by Brady's record deal, especially considering his lack of broadcasting. Ex-user Ken Gill proposed Brady could get over that hurdle by calling some games for the United Football League in
That'd be
March.
awesome.
I don't
Dude,
think that'll ever happen. Though. I don't think that's gonna happen.
that would be so
That would
sick,
be awesome.
though. Can
It
you
would be
imagine
sweet, but I don't think it'll
the
happen.
draw it would have?
Yeah, but I don't think it'll happen.
You need to get Taylor Swift to announce the UFL.
I'll fucking never.
I hope Taylor Swift goes down to the sideline at the fucking national anthem and takes a knee.
and then gets.
I want to
fucking-
see. I want to see the heads explode. I want to
I
see
don't. That's
the
disgusting.
implosion.
If it does happen, I hope that she's standing on the sideline when the football game starts, and George Kittle fucking trucks her.
The hatred
Man.
this young lady is getting from fucking just white
I don't even
dudes
think
out
it's so
there
Well,
that
I
are
don't-
so just it's just fucking mind-boggling how butthurt people get about a girl who is dating a football player.
Why? Okay, how
What
many
the
times?
fuck does it fucking matter?
Why do they? Why do they feel they need to show her 27 times in a game?
Is that her
That's
fault?
what.
I'm
That's,
not saying-
she's
I'm
she's
not-
a
I'm
fucking
just-
not
she's
her.
a
I'm
she
not
is
saying
a
it.
she
I'm
is
just
a
saying, let's point out.
star. I know that there's people in here that are sick of the NFL looking her way, but there is actual fucking vitriol and hatred and people wishing
Sure,
death
well,
upon
People
her
are fucking stupid,
because of this. And it's
I mean,
it's
Tyler Bass had to delete his fucking social media because people were death threatening because he missed a fucking field goal. Let's be honest. Like, people are fucking stupid. My
Right.
issue with
it's
it is, hold
just-
on, when
Ah,
they'll show like a Hall of Famer in the stands, right? They
Yeah,
have
for like
they
3
have
seconds.
3 seconds. They have a tie to the game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
30 seconds of average.
but
30
listen-
seconds in a
But
3-hour
listen
game.
to me. A Hall of Famer from the same fucking sport that is being played
Yeah.
gets 3 seconds of screen time. That makes zero fucking sense. You want to show celebrities in the stands? That's fine. But
It-
It doesn't need to be Taylor every time.
Why does it need to even be the Hall of Fame? Why does the Hall of Famer need 30
Then
seconds?
don't show any of the fans. I'm fine with that too.
Do you know
I'll
what
provide.
Taylor Swift has done for the NFL? Do you
Again,
realize
I
how
don't
much more viewers that they have gotten? They have gotten people to pay attention to the game and love the game and enjoy it. Like, just because
so
she's
for
there
those of us that have
and
watched
she's
the
there
game
for
for
30
33
seconds.
our opinions are just null and void because, well,
I've watched the game for 38 years, bud. I've watched
I'm
it
just
longer.
I'm just saying.
If it's a timing thing, then I've got seniority, and guess what? I don't give a fucking shit about Taylor. They could have her on there
and
for
that's fine,
half the game.
But you also like enjoy
Put
her
her on the
music,
camera.
so you enjoy it. That's
What?
where we're different. You
What,
enjoy
I-
Taylor Swift's music, yes?
I'm okay with it. I don't actively seek it out. She's like
just-
Blake said, or Austin said, she's literally the most famous woman on the planet. You would be
So-
stupid to not show her.
So I'll chime in here. I think that it's not so much about Taylor Swift in and of herself. I think where people are upset is it seems like during at least certain broadcasts, it seems like they're trying to make it more about her and, you know, and Travis Kelce. Like the broadcasters are trying to make it more about her and Travis Kelce's relationship. I don't think people in a vacuum at its core give a shit about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship. But it's, you know, when you're trying to watch a football game, I don't give a shit about the relation. Like, stop showing this. Like, fine, it was funny, it was cool the first 10 times, but when you bring it up over and over and over, like, I don't give a shit. I want to watch football.
It's nothing about Taylor Swift. It's just it gets annoying.
It
You know,
is
it's not
one-
like it's not 30. It's not 30. I thought it was 35 seconds of her, which doesn't really make a difference. But they talk about her so much during the game, you know, and it's nothing against her personally.
Right.
She seems great. Like, it's not Taylor Swift. That's not the issue. It's just that the NFL is taking an opportunity to whore someone out to try and spread their game who has
Right.
nothing to do with the football, with the exception that she's dating someone in the game. We know when she comes into the game. We know that when she arrives, and then anytime Kelsey does anything, they switch to her. When they make a touchdown, they show her in the box. It's like, okay,
You've
we
got
get it. We
such
get it.
a bigger fan base watching the game now. And
But to
This-
suggest that it's
this
all white
game-
guys or
Taylor
whatever,
Swift, they're not watching
a stupid
football.
comment.
it's mostly driven online by that. It's mostly driven by insecure dudes. I'll just say that
Yeah,
are
that's
so
fair.
butthurt and pissed off about a girl being on a football show. You know what I mean? Like, and it
it's
is
not- it has
100%
nothing to do
about
with her.
Taylor Swift. It is 100% about Taylor Swift, and it has
I
to be
disagree.
because
I
she
disagree.
is getting fucking death threats.
Yeah.
It's about her
But that's
because
but again,
she
like
is
Blake
getting
said,
death
it's not like-
threats.
Yeah.
and that's horrible. That is a
Yeah,
horrible,
that's not
horrible
good.
Yeah,
thing.
we
but
don't-
if
that
it
is
wasn't
not,
if it wasn't about Taylor Swift, she wouldn't be getting death threats.
but again,
it's
like, and
because
that's,
it is
nobody's
because
trying to condone that. Nobody's trying to condone that.
a loud subset of people online that have a ton of free time and hatred in their hearts that just because she is pro-vaccination, she's pro-choice, she's a liberal, young, beautiful woman, they have a problem with it. And their voice gets
I don't think
amplified.
that-
Do you think? Hold on. Do you think she had death threats before she was on, being shown on the
Yeah,
NFL?
what
Everybody,
famous person-
every
what
famous
famous person
person
doesn't?
has,
The
but
most
she's
famous-
gotten
so-
so much more. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that maybe she's had one or two beforehand.
Well, I'm sure
It doesn't.
way
It doesn't.
more than
It's
one.
this. That's the argument of like, well, she was wearing something slutty. What does
No.
she expect? No,
it's not. It's never good, and that's
No,
it's not in defense of the guys who are sending death threats.
Yeah, no.
It's just as
100%
shitty for the guys who I forget who's the kicker for Green Bay.
Tyler
missed the field.
Bass. Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Well, there's two guys that missed field goals, and they're getting death threats.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no,
it's
it's
never
100%. It's sports
it's social media.
fandom.
It's
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
sports media. It's random. It's social media.
Yeah.
right. But
That's
again,
that's
I think
what
that
most
can
of
be
it
kind
fucking
of-
boils down to, Danny. Every fucking problem we've got right now has come down to it's all exacerbated by social media. It's shared on
Yeah.
social media. It's talked about on
I agree
social
with
media.
that. I agree with that.
You know,
That's all I was trying to get at. Is I don't think it's necessarily. It's all terrible. Like getting death. Nobody should ever have to deal with death threats. That said, it's not unique to her. Like because she's Taylor Swift and because she's liberal or this, that, or the third. I don't think that necessarily has anything
For
to
you.
do with it. More so,
for
more
you,
so. I wouldn't even say at large. I would not say the majority of people that are like sending her all this vitriol are necessarily in mind specifically because of the fact that she's liberal or whatever, all this other things. I think it's more so it can be boiled down to some sports fans are just really shitty. And
Doesn't
perfect
even-
example,
not even sports
Tyler
fans.
Bass.
yeah.
People in
But for
general.
the 99.9% of the people who are annoyed by the Taylor Swift coverage in football who aren't sending her death threats,
Right. Now,
I'm
the
just saying, we have
1%
someone
in the Royal
gets
Rumble.
highlighted like hell.
yeah.
Like that's that because that makes headlines. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna make headlines. But I guarantee you, like Danny said, 90% of them are. It's just more like, come on, man. Like like for me, I don't give a shit. I hope they have a happy, loving relationship. I joke about the epic breakup song that she's gonna write, but we all joke about that. But hell, better, more power to them. I hope their relationship is awesome. But I don't need to be reminded about it, 15, 20 times, in
I
a
get that.
3-hour period.
I mean, I get that, but at the end of the day, though, you do have to also realize the NFL apparently also being a non-profit organization, which don't get me fucking started.
Laughable.
But
Yeah.
we don't do
Okay.
politics on this show. We all agree that's fucking bullshit.
But
Yeah.
God damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. I get flustered with it. It is there.
I'm just saying. I think she should have entered
the
Royal
NFL.
Rumble.
She should have. The NFL is entertainment. At the end of the day, it is an
It's scripted.
entertainment product. We all know there's a
Already.
script. They did a whole commercial on it. It's an entertainment product. She is what?
Awful music.
An
Oh, a
entertainer.
person.
An
Oh, wait,
entertainer.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, autocorrect there for a second. Got it.
And a couple of years ago, when the Rams were on their big Super Bowl run, they didn't give as much. It wasn't 35 seconds a thing, but it was, 15, 20 seconds every game in the playoffs that Matthew Stafford was there, that they did a piece on Matthew Stafford's wife. Who
Also
had,
annoying because that bitch watched some drunk bitch fall off a stage and was like, "Well, she'd be fine."
well, she also did just recover from brain cancer surgery, so that's why they were talking about her.
True.
And it's
You know
because-
who they should?
It's
have covered more
because
during that run.
it's a popular story and it is
Snoop Dogg.
football adjacent. They should. Snoop Dogg's a G, man. He would be great on every broadcast. Do you see they got him
He's
signed up
doing
for
the London
the
games,
Olympics?
maybe. Yeah.
No, Paris.
Way.
The Paris
Or
games.
Paris games. Yes.
That's actually
This loop my ass.
Anyway, that aside, let's talk the Super Bowl.
What? No, we're talking Super Bowl next week, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's
Got a
fine.
whole
My
week.
bad.
The Super
mind.
Bowl is happening in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think we're all ready. I'm ready for it to be done, if I'm being honest.
Ryan
with you.
is ready for his 37 seconds of T-Swizzy.
I hope it's fucking the whole thing. I hope they have a Taylor camera on the corner of it. And I hope they do like a Manning broadcast, but it's just a whole separate broadcast where they say nothing but Taylor Swift stuff.
And that's
You know
the
what I
story
hope
on
that
how
they
we
would-
got canceled.
Right.
It's just the fact that it makes so many people so mad and it's so inconsequential. It is just a girl. It is a 27, 28-year-old girl going to her
34.
boyfriend's. She's 34.
Yeah, she's what?
Dane's like, I
6 months
banged her
younger
when
than
she
me.
was 18, bro.
Well, I thought she was a couple years older than me, and then I'm like, looked her up, like, oh my god, we're the same age.
All right. Well, I mean, still,
Yeah,
she's
she's older than Trev.
She's a girl going to her boyfriend's football game who happens to be the most famous woman in the world and an entertainer going to an entertainment product.
Hey, look,
And that's
I
great.
I
Like-
get
no
that
complaint.
makes you
Put-
guys upset.
She
and
put
I-
Travis on the map.
No,
Travis is only good
stop,
because of
stop that,
Taylor.
Ryan. Come on,
Huh?
stop that.
What?
I'm
You're-
just thankful
uh,
that she put Travis on the map. No one knew who Travis Kelsey was until he started dating Taylor Swift. So I'm thankful that now Travis is getting his flowers.
He's getting flowers with Swifties. Okay? We have a salary cap, man. More eyes on the game means more money in the game, non-profit, and it just means the salary caps go up. Which means you got more money for your teams to play
That-
with.
But how is that a good thing? Because
I don't know.
now we're watching these fucking quarterbacks that are getting $50 million, going to get $70 million.
I think that's gonna get reset sometime soon. I don't. Entertainment, man.
Yeah.
They provide a fucking. I think most of those big time quarterback deals end up paying off just on merch sales alone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Especially if
you-
you have one that hits, right? Like
Yeah.
they're paying Mahomes a lot of money, but that dude's, it's a hit. It's worth it.
I wonder how many people have Kirk Cousins jerseys.
I don't know, guys. If you're watching this show right now and you currently have a Kirk Cousins jersey, drop it a 1 in the chat.
And I didn't mean to
You're
get
in Minnesota.
all spicy about this stuff, but it just I have a daughter, and just seeing the
We
way
love
that
Lucy on this show.
just seeing the way that people are treating some man's daughter because she dates a football guy and goes to his games, like it
Oh,
bums
we
me
all
out
agree.
so much. And
all
all
agree
three
that-
of my nieces are big Taylor Swift fans. They're also big football fans too. They were
Before
already
or
football.
after? Okay.
They were already they play all three of them play travel sports.
Nice. Are they Bears fans or what? What do they root for?
Right now it's the Chiefs, but that's because
Oh, yeah,
that's
'cause
because well, no, it's actually because my sister-in-law moves to Kansas City and her husband's a diehard Chiefs fan. So
Fair enough. That'll do it.
and the Bears suck. Like I get why a kid wouldn't be a Bears.
Oh yeah,
fan
no.
right now.
Trust me.
I get it. It's fine. I know who we are. I know which lane we should stay in right now.
Yes. The
But
slow
like,
lane.
it's just it's and I don't want to say that my opinion on it matters more than your guys's. Outside of Danny, he's also got a daughter, but like
I've got female dogs. Thank you.
Ouch.
you and yo bitch.
Really?
You and your bitches.
Are you saying I'm not a dog dad, Danny?
Did you birth them out of your pee
they're
hole?
bitches.
That's
so.
how it happens,
I
right?
say,
That's-
yeah.
You like squeeze it out like it's a toothpaste or like cookie dough.
And I want to be crystal clear. Like, none of us are condoning the actions
No,
of like
absolutely not.
the few that are out there that are acting like shit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want there to be a broad brush painted and say, hey, everybody that aligns with one, shall we say, political opinion or the other,
Buddy,
is
I got
acting
a
like this or feels this way.
and I don't want to get into it on the show because we're not political on here, but I got a 1.5 minute long video on X that breaks down an entire whole political side of the party melting down over Taylor Swift. And guess
Yeah,
what? They're not Biden voters.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think
Wow.
it's probably a trash video.
We ain't
but-
gonna go into that one on this show because we don't talk fucking politics on this show. Whoever the fuck
Anyway.
you vote for, as long as you buy our merchandise, we don't give a shit. Buy our merchandise, please.
Buy our merch.
I'm still waiting for my unicorn shirt to show up.
Oh, also, not to one last tidbit here. Just looking over like the USF or excuse me, the UFL. Battlehawks are still looking for a quarterback. Apparently, AJ McCarron is considering coming back, but kind of one of the things that is making him hesitant is, I guess, and I didn't read super deeply into it, but he's worried about the UFL like unionizing players. So it's like kind of a financial thing, that he's worried about, I guess.
Who knows? Well,
So-
supposedly we'll get schedules on Monday.
Yeah, did you
For
guys
the
see
UFL?
so all of the for the UFL. So did you guys see
What did you say,
the
Ryan? What'd you say?
What? I was asking if this. You said the schedule was coming out for the UFL.
Yeah,
Oh, I think you
on
said
Monday.
the NFL. My bad. Yeah, did you guys see the DC Defenders
No,
picture?
fuck
for
them.
that shit was hilarious.
They
You know,
don't
I
need
know
any
they're like
screen time
rivals
like
of us
Taylor
or
does.
whatever, but I love that. I love that fan base. I love the Defenders
I do
fan
too.
base.
Take a lemon and shove it up your ass.
Who?
They had like it was a sink full of
Rick.
lemons with like beer cups, like a little miniature beer snake. And on one of the lemons, it said like February 5th, you know, like their schedule reveal dropped. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm excited for DC. I don't know if they're going to be my team, but I do like DC a lot.
All right, last question before we get out of here. Who wins the Pro Bowl on Sunday?
NFC.
Team Peyton, AFC, or
NFC.
Team Eli, NFC?
NFC.
NFC.
You think so?
No one will remember.
Tua versus Jalen.
I'll go
There's-
AFC just to be the contrarian.
Of course.
I think it'd be funny if actually that might be an idea. If like they had like a UFL Pro Bowl type thing.
Do you guys know who
Like
Destroying is?
No.
I think he was.
He's a
like
YouTuber.
rapper
He's
or
a
something like
punter. He's a punter.
Oh,
Oh.
So he was a kid that had a YouTube channel, and this was before NIL money or NIL stuff came out. And the NCAA came to him and said, "Hey, you've got to either quit playing football or shut down your YouTube channel." And he's a punter,
What?
so he knows that he doesn't have the greatest shot, or not just a punter. He's a kicker as well, because he does do
Okay.
some. He's got a YouTube video of him doing like a 70+ yard field goal, you know, off of a tee. But like he's been in and out, trying out for the NFL, trying out. He played like a couple of games in the CFL, but he chose YouTube over his collegiate career because he knew that, you know, like he's already
Oh, yeah.
making so much money in college, so he dropped out, chased that, and has just been trying to work from there. So
Yeah,
it's,
go with the
I
money.
hope he gets
I
a
think
shot.
I think it'll be good for the UFL.
Yeah, oh for sure.
You know,
That's what I think they should get Brady to actually do. I think that's a fantastic
Yeah.
idea.
1,000%.
Yeah, but Fox is not going to let that happen before he calls an NFL game. No way. No fucking way will that happen.
We'll see. I don't know.
They're paying
It'd be cool.
$300 million for that, man.
Isn't
You have-
isn't
That's
Fox
such a
like
baseball
the
deal. It's crazy.
isn't Fox like partial owners of the UFL?
Yes, but I'm still saying they're not going to let that happen before he calls a Fox game. An actual NFL Fox game. No way.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I will put money on it.
So we have
Not
a few
$300 million.
commercials already out, but I think we'll have more out next week. So maybe we should talk about some commercials next week before this.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Agreed.
I'll try and
That'd be cool.
if you guys want to do some too, I'm thinking about rounding up some like 5 funniest Super Bowl commercials of all time, and then we can rank them or put them in tiers.
I like
I think
that.
that'd be a lot.
That's a good
I think that'd be
idea.
a lot of fun.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to get out of here on this Friday night. As always, guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us, talking sports, a little bit of politics tonight, but mostly sports. Good show. Good shit. As always, we love y'all. Hit the like, hit the
See you
subscribe
next
button.
week.
Be a friend, tell a friend. Goodbye.
Peace.